Somebody shot me in the head!
Bula bula bula.
The world of Fallout tends to be a deadly wasteland for most people. A land where life is hard. But to someone who laughs in the face of any danger, and could do more damage with a folder than most could do with a bow, it's time to see how a vacation goes for the man, the myth, and the legend. Can you beat Fallout New Vegas as Ron Swanson? The idea for this challenge actually comes from a viewer, and I'm taking most of what they had in mind, and adding and changing some things to make it feel more Swanson. Starting with weapons. Basically, I'm only allowed to use my dough-kneading fists, any bladed weapons, and any hunting guns. While Ron is a pure-blooded American and would happily use any gun, he only seems to have and collect guns revolved around one of his favorite hobbies. Next is no armor. I am allowed clothes, just no clothes that allow DT or DR, since Ron seems to have great natural strength and resistances. And lastly, the only consumables I'm allowed to use are meats, eggs, and any kind of alcohol. So no stim packs, doctor's bags, and for added pressure, no repair kits, as Ron really hates any form of medical attention, is basically a full carnivore, and believes in repairing things all on his own. Now, enough stalling. We start with Ron somehow in binds, get to relive the camping trip with Leslie, before getting woken up by a doctor, while my pants slowly fill with loot. Get asked an easy question.
Can you tell me your name?
I'm Ron Swanson.
And try my best to remake the Swanson himself. I'm looking good. I try my best, and set up my stats. Basically high strength and endurance, for obvious reasons. Middle of the road intelligence, as Ron has smarts on some things but not everything. Low perception, because I need a low stat. Low charisma, for obvious reasons. And low luck. As to quote the man himself, luck is a concept created by the weak to explain their failures. Forget I'm playing an old game on modern hardware. Why am I so fast? I don't remember being this fast before. I'm a little speedy. Cap my game at 60 frames to fix it for now, and get forced to answer the doctor's stupid questions. I then get to pick my tag skills, going melee weapons, repair, and survival, as blades are easy to come by, I can only repair things myself, and I need high survival for good cooking. For traits I go Logan's Loophole to get that Swanson alcohol resistance, and skilled, as Ron is a little good at everything, and it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Get upset with the doctor, and before he prescribes me any medication, I book it to the nearest store, selling all the junk that the game started me with. As in Ron's eyes, capitalism is one of the best parts of America. On an unrelated note, you want to hear about one of the best games for your phone? A game that you can take anywhere on the go. A game that needs no introduction. This video is brought to you today by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is the game everyone has heard of, having over 4 million active users and 250 million downloads. Do you like customizing builds just as much as I do? Well, with over 800 champions across 16 factions, over 1 million builds are just at your fingertips. And being able to show them off to your friends and family in your very own clan. And also having constant monthly updates to keep everything feeling fresh and new. And with spooky season around the corner, Raid has new seasonal champions you'd hate to miss. My favorites being Madame Cirrus, with her big, massive debuffs on the battlefield, Harvest Jack scaring every opponent in sight, and Brackus the Shifter, the burst damage skinwalker. And with those into Norse mythology, now is your chance to get some of your favorites, in the biggest event for Raid Shadow Legends to date, the Asgard Divide. Being able to unlock Raid's take on Loki the Deceiver by just logging in for 7 days, and being able to get Thor, Freya, and Odin for free with in-game activities. And new players, if you join through the scanning the QR code, or by clicking the link in the description, you get some epic starting rewards, like the huge starter pack with the epic champion Uugo. And after reaching level 15, you'll get another free starter pack with the epic champion Fayne. These two champions are available after downloading via my custom link or QR code. And after downloading from my link, use promo code MonkeyKing to get the legendary champion Sun Wukong for free. And if you're so inclined, you can even join the Lars Burrito official Burrito Boys clan. So make sure to download Raid Shadow Legends and enjoy your exclusive rewards today. I then leave the town of Good Springs with caps in my pocket, as Ron definitely wouldn't solve the town's problems, as I need to solve the puzzle of who killed me. I, of course, take to calming myself with a quick hunting trip. It's like yoga, but I still get to kill something. I then get talked down to by the local government.
Hey there.
Prim is off limits.
I know more than you.
Don't say you weren't warned.
Take the pain like a champ, and then get to go into my first combat. and get the terrible misfortune to fight someone with dynamite, which costs me an arm and a leg. But I am able to tear through these convicts with ease. And this is probably when you're thinking I'm done for, since I can't use doctor's bags and already have 2 broken limbs. But thankfully, I'm able to eat a big flank steak with butter, put on a pair of wet socks, and after a good night's sleep, my limbs and HP are restored. I then talk to the man who knows the next part to the puzzle. Unfortunately, to get the information, I need to save the deputy who talked to the checkered suit man. So I head to the bison and slice and dice through the convicts. With the starting broad machete the game gives you at the start, they really are no issue, even able to knock the flamer out of a man's hands like he's going for my bacon wrapped shrimp.
What are those, shrimp? Okay.
Rethink that move, son.
I then collect the items I can, making sure to raid the fridges before talking to the deputy, tell him he's a coward, cook up some steak, and get told my puzzle now leads to Nipton and Novak. Continue to enjoy my vacation, finding out that Nevada has weak men, equal women, and my first level up. Getting melee weapons and survival up, and get the old world gourmet perk, as it gives the healing effects to most of my alcohol. I then enjoy my hunting trip, see an ant training for the Olympics. Dude, don't hurt yourself now. Don't run too fast. Don't do it. Don't worry. You don't want to tucker yourself out there, buddy. Come on. Give him the bronze and all the other ants the participation trophy, doing the same to the nearby group of vipers. A man gloats about winning the lottery, but with all my buried gold, I don't really care much about it, and I let him go.
What the hell just happened?
Back to Nipton, I'm forced to talk to this weird, let's call him Hunter, talking about his government system that's similar to Europe's. And while Ron isn't the biggest fan of it, these crosses have some serious skills to them, so I can't needlessly kill such good woodworkers. It's then onward to Novak. For some reason this Viper, who usually has metal armor, doesn't. I thought I'd point this out, this is just weird to me. Buy some quick and easy food from the traveling merchants, I mean food and stuff, take a quick hunting break, or someone runs over trying to be helpful. Nope. Nope. He then butts in as I'm trying to defend myself. Really, Malcolm Mahomes? Really? And becomes the full reason of my first death. I then take the Vipers head on without Mahomes in the way, and get yet another level up, getting repair and survival up before I save the game, and finally decide to just install the mod to fix the game, so I can play it at a high frame rate, find a limb fixing bed, and with the hernia taken care of, find the man who knows the man who stole my chip, and he agrees to give me the information only after I help him in his town, having to clear out a nearby place they used to gather supplies. So off I go, finding what Ron probably thinks every European looks like, taking them down with a blade just to drive the point home, have a talk with the person holding this place hostage. Because of what these people have, there isn't much for me outside of some scraps and having to use up more of my weapon's durability. I then get to talk to the leader of this little organization, and seeing as he isn't really the most human looking fellow, and with his quest wanting me to help him out of America, and with the leader having a very Chris Traeger feeling about him, I see no reason for Ron to help these people. So after making sure the coast is clear, I decide to cut through them instead, failing the quest. I feel like I succeeded with it. I don't know, I think I did a good job. Having to use up quite a few healing supplies to be able to take down the rest of the mold faces, and the one human with them, make sure the place is clear, and get back to Manny.
Really? Unbelievable, man. I knew that wasn't gonna be easy.
It was actually really easy. His next clue sends me to Boulder City. I then get interrupted on my peaceful walk. Owie. Double owie. Having another resource using moment, but the Vipers eventually go down. Reward myself with a well-deserved nap, and use up the last of my starting machete on hunting scorpions. It's now on to some lackluster knives, but they still get the job done. I stop at the Boulder City bar, buying all the bacon and eggs they have, as well as all of the alcohol they have. The government stops me from getting into Boulder City. I inform him that there's some of my stolen property inside, so he lets me in. I revisit the lackeys of Mr. Checkered Suit. Where's the platinum chip? Find out that he's already on the strip in New Vegas, and that these people don't have much for me. But they have some level ups for repair and guns, the travel light perk, as I can't really have armor anyway, and more guns. I then let the government solve their own problems, getting a sad look from the lieutenant. Get my first real fight near the strip, and it was rather easy. I enter Freeside, and while I could buy a hunting rifle from Mike and Ralph's, I'm gonna need 2,000 caps to get into the strip, as I don't want to take any government transportation. So, in need of money, I go to the King's. Out of anything I could do, this feels like the quest that I can, as we both kind of agree that it's a job and I'm working for them. My first task is to find out why this bodyguard is just better. I then get a little distracted, buy food and stuff, buying his entire stock before hiring the guard, finding out he's slow, see the most fake death poses, try and confirm the kill. I'm very much outgunned and outmanned, even for a Swanson. I try and take the fight to the thugs, and get taken to my grave. It's then time to try and take this head on. Same result. I then remember VATS is a thing, and it's the difference maker, making the third time the one where I die. Eventually, I just keep going at it until I down him, and gaining a cool knife, as well as a hunting revolver, meaning I now have a ranged option. The locals don't watch the fight.
You want someone dead? Really dead?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I can handle that part myself, thank you. I tell the king, and get rewarded with a second job. Forced to help the locals, getting told the government is being mean, and get told I can ask someone on the inside. And it's true, the government isn't feeding the locals. Pacer tries to convince me to help him take these NCR troops down. Well, that sounds good. Forcing the government to spend more of its funding feeding people who don't pay taxes feels like a much better way to slash the budget.
Slash it. Slash it.
I inform the king to set up the deal, get rewarded with a level, spamming the gun skill, as well as getting toughness for that natural Swanson strength. I then get the better reward of money, settle a bit more to get 2,000 caps, as well as a more Ron appropriate outfit. Pass the credit check, and finally get that hunting rifle, so I can add a second ranged weapon to the Swanson arsenal. It's now to the strip, find the checkered suit, and try and tell Swank to set Benny up. I'm able to get the first speech check, but not the second, so I have to do this the more Duke Silver way. Dress up, and put on the charm enough to allow my weapons inside. I confront Benny, tell him to work on his aim. I then try and take him out back, show him how to really hunt a man. Fallout New Vegas is my favorite game for many a reason. This is one of them. He then realizes that he might be in danger, and tries to escape, but it's already too late for him. I reclaim my property, get guns to 75, check my new digs to find the mother load of alcohol. I then also find Benny's best friend, which is a walking, talking yes-man robot, which is sad, and informs me that instead of letting my boss who wants this ship to run the strip, I could take it over. It's a hard choice to make if I'm honest. Ron hates the government, and Mr. House is more or less looking to be the best capitalist on this side of the irradiated Mississippi. I then remember that Ron would happily get deeper into the belly of the beast if it means he could prevent more government from happening. If Ron was in charge, he could basically have the government do nothing, so the yes man ending is the best ending for a Swanson. I then get ready to take over the place. What? I'm just looking at the terminal that can kill the guy that runs the place. I don't know if why are you looking at me like that? I was just looking at it. Unlock the room, forget where it is, and once I remember, I make my way to the house. Cripple the vegetable before killing it, somehow level up again, get more points in survival, and become toughness 2. I then find an NPC who is literally me.
Wow, that's crazy.
Literally me in any conversation I'm not paying attention to. I make my way back to Yes Man. I gotta clean up on aisle 5. Helmet's time. Experience the first time where he doesn't fly after he joins the machine. Get to turn my little robots into Swansons. The downside of making the government not do anything is I now need to do it all myself. Getting told I need to get chummy with the locals, being the people on the strip, and some outside of the proper Vegas. The Omertas are a strip club, so that's a no.
Strippers do nothing for me. I like a strong, salt-of-the-earth, self-possessed woman at the top of her field. Your Steffi Graffs, your Cheryl Swoopses. but I will take a free breakfast buffet anytime, any place.
The White Glove Society is a bit too high class for Ron. The Brotherhood, while cool, have their own form of government. I try and resist, but I don't have any armor, and they do lots of damage. I then find a way to talk to them safely. I have done it. I have soft locked the game. I am so cool. Find out it's not a soft lock, it's a feature. Alright, goodbye. The Deathclaw clan unfortunately doesn't like me. Oh! So I do some hunting on the way to the cons. They aren't too bad. However, they grow and eat plants. So that's a no. I cook steak just to prove a point. Realize I don't have the hunting shotgun yet, and it's my most anticipated weapon for this run. So before the boomers, I quickly head to a place with a confirmed spawn. That being the... wait, wrong place. A confirmed spawn being in... No! Being in Dark Souls Cave. You need to take on some Night Stalkers. It is enough for a level up, and after taking on the last of the Stalkers... This is my life. This is my life now. Oh, not the leg, dude. The last of the Stalkers, you get a shotgun, some shots, and a spare hunting revolver. I then get to the boomers as fast as I can, get forced to talk to the leader, get the ability to respond to Dum Dum. How me help you? What? Why do I have that option? My intelligence isn't that low. And tell Yes Man that no one is on or against my side. Really wanted to attend Kimball's speech to make a joke, but the NCR hate me for no good reason. So with that off the table, I need to go back to the substation, check my relationship with the NCR. Do the NCR hate me? I feel like they just don't. I thought they just like semi-ignored me. They just don't know I exist. They don't hate me. What? That's kind of stupid. I feel like I should at least be able to go. I know they don't like they don't like me, they don't hate me. We're neutral. I want to go see the president get shot. In game, of course. In game. I buy some ammo for my soon-to-be fight. Try and figure out how to switch ammo types. Me on my way to learn how to freaking change ammo types. 2? Test a shot. Oh, baby. Get to the station, hack it, and somehow do so without getting found out by anybody. They just let me in and then... Okay, well... I was expecting a fight here, and I am thoroughly disappointed. And we are already ready for the Hoover Dam. Walk on in style, blowing up and shooting all who fight against me. Make the NCR hate me as revenge. Not like we're buddies here, dude. I need that hunting rifle. Get many hunting rifles to keep my current one in tip-top shape. Everything is easy to blow past. Experience a new Vegas moment.
Hello.
Hello. Boom, boom, boom. Fallout New Vegas, you never cease to amaze me. Yes Man gets let in. I blow up the generators, because no one needs water. Clear my way back to the top. Forced to blow through lots of healing supplies thanks to the Legion. And it's not too bad, before I almost cripple everything. Ow, 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 fella. You probably think this means I'm crippled for the fight with the Legate, but after taking on the last of the Praetorians, get a good perk to make my shotgun no longer a shitgun, and before the big fight, find a good place to take a nap. And it's time. The first fight goes about as well as you think. Not the head, really? Alright, hang on, I'm not doing this with busted head. Before finding out I get crippled with ease. Why is it only in the head? Shoot anywhere else, please. And getting knocked down is basically death. I then try and adopt a not so unique strategy of getting the first hit, and find out I can easily get a sneaky hit to start. And basically just keep running with the strat. And thanks for some weapon swapping, in an attempt that makes the enemy run for the hills. But I soon get overwhelmed right after. And run after run after run. And then I can't shoot either. Alright, whatevs. Until I finally get the golden run. Headshot after headshot after headshot after batch headshot. He runs away. And I followed up with even more headshots. Oh! I did it! Alright, now I just need to survive. Objective, survive, please. And with him down, I can train the rest of the Legion like COD zombies. I do get a bit hurt, but once they are all gone, I take a nap, get the misfortune of talking to the general, die at least once, run for the very manly cover, and tell Yes Man to sell all of our assets, and make sure that no parks are ever built, proving that quite easily, yes, you can beat Fallout New Vegas as Ron Swanson. Thanks again to Raid Shadow Legends for supporting this video. If you're still interested, make sure to scan that QR code or click the link in the description for those bonus perks I was talking about. I very much enjoyed this run. However, I think I'm going to need to add some sort of restrictions in the future to force myself to either clear out or side with each faction instead of just ignore them, just to add a bit more variety to the run. Also, thank you guys for your support, and not as always, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.